we're going to learn how to do here is take a sentence that is written in English and turn it into an equation. And so doing this requires us to know a few key words and what they mean in math. And the biggest one, the primary word, is the word is. And in math, the word is means equals. And even if you haven't thought about it, you've certainly used the word is like an equal sign. If you've said 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 plus 2 is 4 is an English way of saying 2 plus 2 equals 4. So is the big one, but there's a few other math vocabulary words that translate very nicely into math expressions or symbols. And so we're going to take these two sentences and we're going to translate them into equations. And so let's go ahead and read the first sentence all at once. It says 7 times a number squared is 5 times the difference of k and m. And hopefully that word is jumps right out at you, right there in the middle. The word is, that's where our equal sign is going to go. So we're going to have some stuff on the left side of the equal sign and some stuff on the right. Let's go ahead and look at the left side first. And it starts off with 7 times, and so we're going to do 7 multiplied by. Now we could do 7 and use the x for the multiplication symbol, but in general, in algebra, we use the dot for multiplication because sometimes we use the x for our variable. Now speaking of variable, that's the part that comes next. It says a number. So a number is where we're going to put the variable because we know that it's a number, but we don't know what the number should be. And that is what a variable is designed to be, a number, but we don't know what the number is. So a variable can be anything you like. We typically use a symbol like a letter, and x is our default variable. A lot of people love to use x, but you don't have to. In fact, here I'm not going to use x. It says a number, so I'm going to use in for number. It's not just a number though. It says a number squared. So that means it's going to be n to the second power, or n squared. And now we've got our left side done. So let's go over to our right side. Our right side starts off very similar to the left side. It starts off with 5 times. So 5 multiplied by, so we'll do 5 times. And now comes another math vocabulary word, the difference. And difference, if you're unfamiliar, means subtraction. Difference means we are subtracting some stuff. What are we subtracting? Well, we're subtracting k and m. And here we've got variables, but we don't get to choose. We're just told the variables are k and m. So k minus m. Now, the way that I have it written right now is actually not correct. And the reason it's not correct is because of this part right here. This is 5 times k, but the problem doesn't say 5 times k, it says 5 times the difference. I don't want to do 5 times k, I want to do 5 times the difference, so I actually need a set of parentheses here. I want to find the difference of k and m and do 5 times that entire difference, not 5 times k, so I need the parentheses there. So the entire thing is 7 times n squared. I don't need the multiplication symbol, but it'd be okay to have it in there. And then 5 times the difference of k and m. And that is my completed equation translated from English. Let's try this second one. It says 15 times a number subtracted from 80 is 25. Okay, so let's start off just like we did before. 15 times, so 15 times. And next comes our variable. It says a number. So I'm going to use n again for a number. And here's where it gets a little tricky. It says subtracted from. Subtracted from. And your temptation may be to say, well, subtraction means minus. But that is not subtracted from. That is subtracting, but it's not subtracted from. If I said subtract 10 from 20, that does not mean 10 minus 20. Subtracting 10 from 20 means 20 minus 10. So the order here is important. Subtracted from 80 means take 80 and subtract 15n from it. 15 times the number subtracted from 80 means 80 minus 15 times n. Okay, here's our buddy is. That's where our equal sign goes. And then of course on the end, that's pretty simple. It's just 25. See, what color have I not used yet? I think I've used all the colors. Let's just use black. It's 25. And so our entire expression here is 80 minus 15n equals 25. And now we have translated our English sentence into an equation.